Let me tell you something that's a straight fact. This is Mike Anderson, Bad Apple Facts. So the human brain, when we're born, we have over 100 billion brain cells with a B. As soon as we're born into this world, those brain cells start learning, whether it be how to breathe oxygen, crying. Crying makes noise. Oh, we can hear that. That's just the learning process of survival skills that's given to us right away. Now, these brain cells are very important to realize here because the human brain doesn't stop developing until the age of 25. So from when you're born until the age of 25 to even sometimes the 30s, you're still learning and developing these things. So my research and what I've been told is, by the age like 6 years old to 15, maybe 20 years old is extremely important here. Because in these ages, we're learning how to do real stuff, really how to survive. And our brain cells, if they're not learning, they're kind of just dying off. So when we go through puberty, all these hormones and emotions, it's easy to get distracted, partying in the teenage years, things like that need to become more aware in the system because, you get stuck and that's facts. This is science. So when you get stuck and your brain's not actively learning new stuff every single day, and it's essentially decaying at that point. Yes, you're producing new brain cells and all that good stuff. There's a lot of research that goes into it. That's facts. But what I'm trying to say is, in those years are so crucial, and I look back at those years in my life and I'm like, that explains a lot, right? Because I really was just partying and I wasn't learning. And I see a lot of people that are much more advanced mentally than me at my age with everyday stuff, and that's what stems from it, right? The point of this story today is compassionate release. So this should be a much bigger argument, in my opinion, for people doing life sentences or screamer bids, as we call it, 20 years, 15, 20 years plus, that committed the crime before or around the age of 25, because the human brain is proven to not be developed then. And so you might make a choice, a rash decision that, yes, is a very bad decision in some cases, but doesn't deserve a life sentence. Because a life sentence isn't giving somebody a chance to be rehabilitated. And if your brain hasn't been fully developed, you deserve that second chance, in my opinion. There's some cases, of course, with psychopaths or, dudes with weird charges, you know what I'm saying, that I get it. They deserve the death penalty a lot of the times, and I'm with that. But I know a lot of solid dudes that got caught up maybe in the streets or just made a mistake or, big mistakes, but are doing 20 years plus natural life sentences. They're never going to come home. And they did this all when they were in like 19, 20, 21. That's not fair. They deserve, they're 30, 35, 40 years old now. They deserve a chance to be rehabilitated back into society the right way. I'm all about that. It's about giving those people a second chance, because what's that going to do? That's such a waste. There's so many good people right now behind the wall that, yes, made bad mistakes, but have definitely paid the price for it. And I know people might be controversial to this, but that compassionate release for people like that need to happen. Because you know what? Let's keep it honest. There's a sex offender database for a reason. They let out most of these dudes go. Like, I did more jail time for drugs than some chomos will do, and they just come back out on the streets. So there's a lot of solid dudes that need that, and it needs to be spoken about in court. And the courts are all about proven facts. Well, this is a proven fact. So it's time to get that changed. What do you guys think? Mike Anderson here. This is Bad Apple Facts. Your brain is very special, man. So don't take it for granted if you're watching this. Love you guys. Peace.